Hello, and thank you for watching my video. Today, this video is an excursion that we took while we were on Carnival Horizon in Bonaire. It's called the Best of Bonaire. And then after the excursion, we walk a little bit around town. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy this beautiful island called Bonaire.
German name, that's the reason why I'm German. And Jerry is an international name. So he is international. Huh? What is for whom? The volume. Can you hear me in the back?
This could be a fun trip.
I will do my very best. Jerry is born on Bonaire. We are here in our capital. The name of the capital is Kralendijk. Kralendijk is Dutch, and translated that means coral dike. Dike is the same dike, and Kralen means coral. The little island in front of the capital, the name is Little Bonaire, Klein Bonaire. We go along the west coast in southern direction, along the salt production, and here we will have a stop about 10 minutes at white slave huts. And then the same way back, we will go through the capital. We will follow nearly the whole west coast. Here we will leave the coast, we go along Goto Lake, that is our national park. From Goto Lake we go to Rincon, from Rincon to Seru Lagu, and then back to the ship. Around 3.5 hours. Actually, we have 24,000 residents. They opened the island or they want to open the island for 50,000 with the same infrastructure. I don't know what they are planning. It will be very funny. I know the island now since the year 2000, and I'm resident now the last 30 years. So I saw a lot, but we had a very big change that happened the 10th of October 2010. Shortly we say 10-10-10. What happened at that time? Curaçao and St. Martin wanted to become independent, and they asked the Dutch, can we become independent? And the Dutch said, yeah, it's possible. You are strong enough, you have enough tourism, you have enough industry. And so Curaçao and St. Martin are independent in the same way as Aruba since the 80s. By the way, you are at the South Pier. We have a second pier. It's very close. It's the North Pier. And later, perhaps you have the mood to jump in the water and to snorkel or swim. Yeah, you can do it. It's indicated worldwide that you can do it beside the ship. Here you can also snorkel. It's great. It's for free. Okay, now it's not very busy. Later it will be very busy, I think. Since then, since 10-10-10, we had a lot of changes. Not everything was positive, but that is normal. Nothing is just positive. You know it, you are married. It's so also. Now, Aruba, Curaçao, St. Martin are independent, small states, but the Dutch had a problem after that. 3 islands left: Bonaire, Eustatia, and Saba. Too small to exist alone. And at the beginning they didn't know what to do, and then they decided we'd put these 3 islands together to the BES Islands, always the first letter, and now we are a direct part of the Netherlands as special municipality right across the ship, and a perfect white sandy beach. You see the palm leaf fence? It is so important. On sandy beaches can be always turtle nests, and when the airport got European standard, the planes are landing, but you will see it twice. When we come back, you will see it a little bit better. During the tour, when you see your bird, whatever, and you want to know the name, make a photo and then you can show it. We reached Bernam. It's the most exclusive living area on the island, actually. The name Bernam comes from two people, from Harry Belafonte. He died this year in April with 96 years. And his friend Maurice named Bernam. And they bought a lot of lots in this area. Long time ago, they bought the lots as investors. They sold everything, and I wouldn't talk about it. But they bought also the little island in front of the capital. In the first years, nothing happened, and then it was sure Belafonte wants to build a hotel. And that nobody wants it. Wherever you are, you watch on a hotel. And Captain Don, an American, he came in the 60s to Bonaire. For me, he was the most important person ever on this island. He was our first dive master and very interested in nature, and he had a lot of genius ideas. And he organized resistance against the hotel project. And after a while, the pressure was so strong for the government that the government of Bonaire was forced to buy the small island back for much more money. But Belafonte thought, when I cannot get the island, nobody should get it. And he said to the government, we can do the deal, but you sign a contract. And in the contract is written, never ever it will be allowed to build a hotel. Not a villa, even a small house is not allowed. And that is the reason why we have an untouched island in front of our capital. Thank you, Belafonte. So later, at what time do you leave? Oh, so that's relaxing, huh? We have some ships, they come for 4 hours. No, that's not nice, for nobody. It's just practical. In the afternoon, when you like, go to Little Bonaire by water taxi. A perfect white sandy beach on a small island. I don't know the situation when there is a cruise ship, I have to be honest. I know the situation just when there is no ship on the island. So we reached the south, flat land, flat as the Netherlands. The plants here to the left, small plants, that are mangroves. We have also mangrove forests. Mangroves can be much, much bigger. But here is a lot of wind. The more wind, the smaller the plants. Mangroves are evergreen trees, so it is always green on the island. That helps because it can be that we have no raindrop for 10 months or perhaps a little bit longer. It happens. And yeah, and we have still green for our eyes. So now we stay at the ocean in passive villas. The owners don't live here. No,
Oh.
It's a little bit like the cows in India, huh? They walk and walk. You don't know where they walk. Let's go direction town. There we can see a lot. Yeah, Captain Don set the first moorings. That was the best protection for our reef. So, and that is the end of the salt production. Here are the crystallizers, and you see a lot of snow at the coast. Sometimes we need winter tires. It's a kind of it crystallizes the water. It's very concentrated salty, and the north. You will see this area later. You will get much more information when you are back in the bus. It is not necessary that you try to read that. I will tell you everything. Important is, so we have 10 minutes. In 10 in the crystallizers, it is extremely salty. Our court, it is directly beside the horizon. Here is the post office, open until 4 o'clock, a government building. The government buildings, the old buildings, are always painted dark yellow with white. That is the custom. And here is the oldest Protestant church. And that is our main shopping road, but for us it is closed today. That is the new police station, everything after 10:10:10. A big police station, also for Saba and Astasia. That was the immigration, the turquoise building, they moved, but it is still a government building. We are now parallel to the main shopping road. The main shopping road is there. When you come back, you can walk through. A parking place which is always full. I never tried to park here. Never. Here's the tax office. A hotel with a nice bird. It's a trupial, the bird, with an orange breast. It is big like that, the original bird, and black, white, and an orange breast. Yeah. When you see a bird with this size, completely yellow, it is an oriole. Very good singers. To the left, when you watch inside, there you can see in the main shopping road with beautiful, colorful houses. It's a nice atmosphere. Look there to the left. So now we are parallel to the ocean, and we go now our king and queen stood here beginning of this year. They visited us. From time to time they come. And this is a problem, this house. There are 8 buildings. A hotel built by a rich Dutch family. The architecture is not fitting. In the middle, a plastic adder upside down, filled with milk. Dive equipment, snorkel equipment. And here is Captain Bond's habitat. When the Captain Don got older, he stopped diving, but he wrote books, and each Tuesday evenings he sat here in the resort and he signed his books, and just women were sitting around because he could tell stories. It was unbelievable. Not all stories were true, but that was what she thought. Here in the containers we store our tap water. We take salt water from the ocean and press the salt water with high pressure through filters, and so we get fresh water. That is called the reverse osmosis system. And that system we learned from the red mangroves. The red mangroves need some drops of fresh water, and they press the salt water. So you saw already the villas from Belgium, and now the villas from Zabadeko. Belgium is more expensive than that. That is more impressive. But they have to build very, very big, and the lots are also much, much bigger. Before 1499, Native Americans lived on Bonaire. From here you see the white sandy beach already, the ship, the Horizon. Now we stay at the ocean until the north. Steps, there are not 1,000 steps, there are 63 steps, not more. But the people have the feeling there are 1,000 steps when they come back from a dive. Normally 1 hour. No, it has nothing to do with the French language. It comes from the Arabic. They came over Venezuela to Bonaire, and they named the island Flat Land. And in their language that means Bonaire. The outside temperature is always around 30 degrees. We have just 2 seasons, the dry season and the rain season. Here are the Brazil trees. You see the old trunks here. And also the Dutch needed the wood of these trees because inside they found a red color to dye fluffs red. And red was always a very expensive color. Now these trees are really dead. And the leaves are the small round leaves. And they go there on the diving place. Or destroyed or whatever. It was really, really bad. Yeah. Last season, it was the first time that they monitored 4 hurricanes at the same time over the Atlantic. The first time ever. no soil here, and that is an area with goats. So the plants are really survival artists. I was a little bit afraid 2 weeks ago. I was not here, I was in Germany. After 2 years I traveled for the first time again, but 6 weeks I traveled. So, and here they installed a fence, and after half a year you cannot recognize the landscape anymore because the nature comes back very, very fast without goats. It's very high, huh? Can you imagine that you come to the reef and then you watch, you are swimming, and then you watch in a hole. Did you ever have this feeling? I had it on the Maldives. I didn't expect that. I snorkeled, la la la, and then I reached the reef and I thought, oh my God, what is that? I needed 4 days and then I was able to swim over it. You have the feeling you are falling in a hole. It is less expensive, and America stopped buying our good aloe. And that is really much better for skin than the artificial. All the old buildings, we started with the slave huts, you saw the church in town, the government buildings, Karlata. They all are built by natural coral stones with the little butterflies and the yellow seed pods. Do you see the seeds? They are really red, dark red. Later I show you a tree, a Vayaka tree, which is several hundred years old. So they filled the bottom with mesquite wood, that is a mesquite tree, and the wood burns slower than other woods. And then they filled the ovens with these finger corals. You walked on them. You can put all hard corals inside, that is limestone. But these you can pile very well. It is more effective, you get more inside. And then marine reserve. Yeah, the Dutch are very interested in water in general. They have to be, because the Netherlands are deeper than the ocean level, and the ocean is expected. But the Dutch, they build a technique, I saw it already, until now, I found nothing. They get the pink color. Sometimes they are coral red because of their food. Oh, Carvin! Carvin is working for another company. I love you also. Yeah. Yeah, the red color comes because of the food, and they eat mainly shrimps and crabs. And the shrimps and crabs on Bonaire have more beta-carotene than somewhere else, so they can be really red. I have to say him hello. Pretty to me.
Well, the biggest flamingos of the world.
Oh, like that?
Oh, yeah. But in the shallow water, they are far away.
Nobody can go in the water, nothing. No.
salty after a while. Yeah.
Big pile is out there behind the cactus.
Is it right there, straight up?
There's some, there's some, there's some.
Here as well, or this season as well. And then it looks that they are vacuum cleaning, always doing this with the beak, and they suck the flies up from the air. It looks so funny, like crazy housewives. Oh man. Houseman. So peaceful. Oh yeah, there is a flying flamingo. I love that. You see the black feathers?
Oh, look at
Are
that.
the
Wow.
flying feathers. And landing. Come on. Yeah. And walking on the water like Jesus. It looks that they are making a knot in the neck. It looks like. It is not really. And then they prefer to stand on one leg. But that is just possible when it is not too windy. When it is very, very windy, then you need both legs. Why not? They would lose the balance. And the white cotton in front. The fence that is the border of the national park, and the first entrance of the national park was here. At the side you see the two yellow columns. And the fence is built by cactus wood.
Did you read the yellow rock? Oh, here comes another one. No. It said, that one back there said I wouldn't pass this rock if I were you. What's that one say? No dream.
Because we are not allowed to go to the breeding place, I have original photos. On the first photo you see the nests built by mud from father and mother flamingo. They are around 35 centimeters high, and there must be some water around the nests. And at Cargill there is one worker, and he's responsible for the breeding place. He has to check the situation. When it rained too much, the only egg per year would be in danger. Is one egg destroyed, no egg anymore for that year. So each egg is important. And when it rained too much, he regulates the water around the nest. The second photo is a newborn bird. I never saw such a young bird because they stay in the nest 9 until got this feeling here on the island. Local food you get here as well. Still empty. Here is a nursery at a home for elderly people. They have their own bus. No, the bus is gone for their tours. Here is the police of Rincon, and the bench is always occupied, and the Catholic Church still. These buildings belonged completely to the Catholic Church. Yeah, the main part of the Bonaireans is Catholic. That is still the Spanish influence, not the Dutch. So the families of the slaves lived first here, and when they started to build the slave huts, 1850, they started to build other family houses for the slave families behind the actual airport. This area is called Terra Cora, red soil translated, and then they got the houses there. Before, the slaves had to walk without shoes. They had no shoes. For 10 hours from the south to the north. Every weekend they had to walk to see their families in this area and to get their provision. And the provision they got here on the hill, you see already the red roof. Today it is a museum, and there they got their provision. And after the weekend they had to walk again 10 hours back to their work. This place is called Magazina di Rei, the storage place of the king. In the past, the people, the Bonaireans, when they produced something, when they baked bread or they had meat, which gives you shade, and in this case that are nets, that comes more and more. 13 years before you saw not one greenhouse, and now there are also professional greenhouses that you can buy. They kill birds. Yes, that is right. Yes, they can be very dangerous for birds. But I know it is 2 months ago that 20 adult flamingos died. It rained in January. The goats stood in the glass palace, and they were safe because of the rainwater. Yeah, the goats. They live together with the goats. And they don't run away. In between some car collectors. That looks like Spain. Do you know Spain? You see these old trees? That is also a Brazil tree. And from here you see little Bonaire, the whole island you can see. Carnival you can see. And here again a very old tree. The name of the tree is red saddle tree. The wood is very soft and smooth, And in Africa, they are making the wooden shoes with that wood. In the Netherlands, they use other trees. And here on Bonaire, the tree has a very funny name. They call it tourist tree. Why tourist tree? Very simple. The trunk is always red and it peels. Organize dinner from here. Here we have a stop of 10 minutes. In 10 minutes we start again. When the fruits are at the tree, they are at the beginning green and they are very, very heavy. And after a while they get very light. They weigh nearly nothing. And the wood is very hard. I give it through the bus. Did you see? That is a calabash.
Didn't make a tomato from Colombia, some make juices in Colombia.
Yeah, there is a medicine they make here also against cough. But the tradition is that they are making the maraca, the rhythm instrument from that fruit. They make a hole. The white stripe is the symbol for tranquility and peace. The red circle, the black circle, that is a compass, because we had always good shipbuilders and sailors. And the red star are the 6 parts come together to Karnataka, and one is Rincon, one ray of the star. And here that is North Salinia, that is one part of the star, and the other red terracotta, red soil, you remember? That means crown. That was today it is our biggest shop, and it was so small, just the small green part at the beginning, and now it is our biggest shop. That is the cemetery. Yeah, we have no soil. The sun is also there. And here was our high school. It is still a school, but not anymore high school. They built a big high school, and the whole roof is full of solar panels. But when the children want to study, then they have to leave the island. We don't have the possibility to go to the university. The children start to go to school with 4 years. That is the biggest Catholic church, and here they organize also classical concerts, and the quality is not bad. And again a roundabout. Hospital is behind this building. It's a big hospital in the meantime. The shop. Television program, internet, and also telephone. And then the rest you know already. Police, also gray and blue.
Pretty beach circle area right at the ship. We just got off of our excursion around Bonaire, and we're back at the free beach, free scuba area that's right here at the ship. It's neat. I think I'm just gonna sit here for a few minutes, taking the view. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and let's go on more adventures. Thanks, and don't forget to smile at someone. Bye.